My video for November the 26th, 2019 is video number 3286. The title is, Why Do I Still Have My Doubts About Trump? This was sent to me by a friend from henrymakow.com / Geneva _versus _peace.html. Quote, in a candid dinner conversation after World War I, Kuhn Loeb partner Otto Kahn was asked why the capitalist bankers supported communism. He replied, they both have an identical purpose, the remaking of the world from above by the control of riches, right, and from below by the revolution, left. They are all Freemasons, Cabalists. Their final goal is the deification of the Rothschild banking cartel, posing as representatives of the Jewish people. Hence, we have the communist faction. On the left, globalist, homosexual, migration, US Demonrats, Canada, EU, Sweden, Russia, Iran, and China. And the Zionist faction on the right, nationalist, heterosexual, US, UK, Brazil, Bolivia, Hungary. Israel is at the fulcrum. No nationalist is ever critical of Israel. We shall purify the idea of God by identifying it with the nation of Israel, which has become its own Messiah. The advent of it will be facilitated by the final triumph of Israel. End quote. I realize that when I make videos like this, some people are going to be offended. Why? Because we've been fed a lot of BS all of our lives, myself included. I'm not saying you folks are stupid. No, you may be very intelligent. I used to think I was very intelligent, but the older I get, as I keep on saying, the more I realize I didn't know, the more I realize I was misled and misguided. Again, I thought the Bible was the Word of God and the King James Version was the one that I memorized. It was my primary Bible. I've talked about that over and over again. I didn't recognize that the jealous God was crazy, an oxymoron. How could an omnipotent God be jealous? But anyway, we folks need to have an awakening. And there are certain individuals that do not like truth to come out, because ultimately truth will set us free. Yes, as someone said, it will first piss us off because we realize how much we've been deceived. And yes, I had a program on WTTC in Tawanda called Be Not Deceived. In any case, folks, what Henry Makow is putting out deserves attention. We have to understand the problem if we're going to be able to somehow right the wrongs that have been going on this planet for a long time. As I've said in other videos, the same people, the international bankers, financed both sides of all major conflicts, probably going back as far as the Revolutionary War and the French Revolution, and who knows how much further back. That's when the Rothschilds first seemed to become more and more involved, way back there in what was the 18th century. And it's been going on, and it's still going on today. Donald Trump moved the capital from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Promised not to bring protests about some of the settlements on Palestinian lands by Jewish people. And I'm not against Jewish people either. I mean, please understand, please listen to what I'm saying. I'm not against any race, any nationality, any religion. I have put my toe in the water and explored all of them to some degree or another throughout my life. As I've said, I went to a Jewish synagogue for about a half a year. And when I joined their discussion group, after a while, I was asked by the rabbi, please don't come to this group anymore. We don't appreciate some of the questions you ask. And so I stopped going, even though I felt connected to some of the people that I had met at that time. I don't go around butting heads with people. It doesn't do any good to argue with people. If someone has a particular viewpoint, what's the point of arguing with them? They're going to believe what they're going to believe. In the current video, I talked about B17, and somebody said it has arsenic in it. Yes, it does. Yes, the apricot seeds and the other B17 things has arsenic in it. And yes, that's a poison, but it depends on how it's administered. It can be administered for health or for death. We have a choice, but we're not told that. There's always information that has been withheld from us. And every time I say something like that, I get one of the flat earther comments come, and they keep sending me stuff. And as soon as I realize it's flat earth stuff, I shut it off. I've listened to it. I've considered it. It's not something that I believe is relevant to the situation that we are in as human beings, other than the fact that, yes, we have been lied to about virtually everything. But I don't believe shape of the earth is one of the things we've been lied about. I do believe it's a globe, and I do believe it's hollow. Anyway, I'm sorry to keep that. That's what keeps coming up in my mind when I just let myself talk and let the words flow out. I am wanting peace on earth, but peace has never been profitable. But they don't want to wage a physical war. So what they do is they've now brought it down to a war of our minds and an invisible war with chemtrails, which aren't invisible, by the way, and poisoning our food and poisoning the air we breathe, and doing all sorts of things to diminish our capacity to think outside the box and to make honest decisions. And people say it's up to us, it's up to us, it's up to us. Well, yes, it is up to us if we are empowered. We can't just go and revolt against these demons because they'll simply kill us. And what good does that do? That doesn't win any battles. We have to have help from an omnipotent, all-powerful creator who may or may not exist. I mean, I hope such a creator exists, but I'm not convinced anymore. I keep praying for God, as I've said in so many videos. I am anti-Rothschild, Rockefeller, and I'm anti the people that are spreading the lies, and I know about them. Somebody sent me a thing from somebody in Spain, and that name is a common name in Spain. It didn't ring any bells at all as being part of the Illuminati. But the deception is deep. It's the Jesuits. It's Freemasons. It's a lot of people that belong to organizations that we're told are reputable organizations, but they're not. They've been, at the very least, infiltrated by very dark forces. And this is something we have to get our minds around, and we have to get our hearts aligned with loving one another and with being willing to listen to the truth. Thank you, folks, for listening, and namaste.